Hi, welcome to Up Close. Today we're here with Linda Sparacino from Affordable Health Insurance. Welcome, Linda. How are you today?
I'm very good, thank you.
So great to see you. You look beautiful.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So tell us about Affordable Health Insurance. How did that get started?
Well, I started 16 years ago. I was looking for insurance for myself. And I found that there was a real big gap in the market. Most insurance was for people who were employed, had group insurance, government insurance, but the individual market, I couldn't find any.
Oh, were you an entrepreneur?
Yes.
Back then? Okay, so you were
yes.
looking for your own insurance?
Yes.
Okay.
And I had a pre-existing condition. I came to New Mexico, and before I got a chance to purchase insurance here, I developed a condition. So I was considered uninsurable. Well, I said, there's something wrong here.
Right.
People who don't have it, who need individual insurance, who have to self-insure, need help. And that gave me an idea, okay?
So there was born.
An idea was born, and so I decided to take on the challenge, I studied to get my license, and I said, I'm going to find out what to do about this. Well, I was my first client.
Wow. So they would actually allow you to write your own policy.
Yes.
For yourself.
Yes, if you're an agent, you can write your own policy.
Well, what kind of people are you helping? What's like the most kind of people that you're helping today get insurance?
Well, what I have developed over the course of the years, as an agent, I could work for insurance companies, but that didn't give me any leeway because insurance is not one size fits all.
Right.
So if you work for a company, you have to present what they have. I wanted to do more than that. So
independent.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So I became a broker, independent contractor. I have a home in Rio Rancho where I have my own office.
Right.
And I also do a lot of face-to-face appointments for people who need me to go out to them. And my clientele basically is individuals, families, self-employed, Medicare clients, seniors. And the way the insurance business has changed over the years, which now we also have the marketplace. We don't know how long that's going to be in existence, but for the moment, we're still doing.
What does that mean exactly, the marketplace?
The marketplace is where a person is Obamacare, okay? And it's where people get their insurance today. Even if they're purchasing it from an individual insurance company, it all goes through the government website. And
I wasn't aware of that.
Yes, and if they qualify for subsidy, I'm able to help them get their subsidy.
So that would be the benefit of meeting with you in person, so you can find out what their needs are, because it isn't one size fits all.
No, absolutely.
Okay. Well, tell me about that process. Like, who would be the kind of person I would send to you to get help?
Well, any individual that does not get group insurance, they don't get insurance on their job, they don't have government insurance.
That'd be any entrepreneur, anybody running their business by themselves.
Yes, business people and just people who don't work for a company that gives insurance.
Oh. Okay. Is there a lot of that now? Are companies not offering?
Yes, there's still. And a lot of people work part-time, so they don't have benefits. So any individuals and families. Although the marketplace is very internet-orientated, okay? It's set up that I can communicate between the insurance companies and the government website. I have, as a licensed agent, I have access.
More help than somebody trying to go in there blind and trying to figure out. Okay.
It was set up mainly that it can be done over the phone. I don't like doing insurance over the phone, but in this particular case, it does work if need be. Everything's online. Everything's available. They can see. They can see what they're getting. They can sign forms.
But you could lead somebody through that once you understood what their needs were, and then they probably got the best. So tell me how something like that might have. Like, my mom might need some help. So how would that work?
Well, So in order to help someone over the phone, you have to ask a lot of questions.
Right.
And it used to be that people had to answer medical questions to get insurance, individual insurance. Today, it's more financial to see whether they need a subsidy or they don't need a subsidy, which bracket they fall into. And we're kind of limited to how many companies we have now working in the marketplace. We've lost a couple, and we may lose more. But whatever the changes are, what I do is I research constantly what's out there, what's available to them, and some alternative things that might be able to help people.
I'd say you're really going the extra mile. I know you have for me personally, so I know that that's your style, and
well,
that's what makes you a good business person. So how do you feel about the type of person that you can help? What's one of your favorite stories of somebody that you helped and you just walked away feeling like, wow, I really made a difference for that person?
Well, in the case of today's insurance, especially with the subsidies, there's a lot of gratification to see people get help paying for their insurance. Mm-hmm. But I love working with Medicare clients. Okay, seniors are special. Okay. Especially, I'm a senior myself, so when someone is turning 65 years old, they're going through a lot of different changes. And
that they probably don't even know.
No, and they really don't even know what to ask. So in this country, 10,000 people turn 65 every day.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, but the way I look at it, they're not a herd of cattle, okay? They get advertisements in the mail, they get phone calls, they see advertisements on television, and everybody wants them to buy their plan. Well, like I said before, one size does not fit all. Mm-hmm. So I believe in face-to-face meetings. I like clients who appreciate service, who want you to help them, who don't want to just buy a run-of-the-mill plan that everybody else has. Mm-hmm. You can't have your neighbor's plan may be great for them, but that's not
not fit you. Right.
Not necessarily going to work.
So you're asking all those questions that are getting down to the nitty-gritty of what's going to be good for them.
And at 65, you're going through possibly retirement questions, possibly Social Security questions. You may want to travel. You may have conditions that need special needs conditions. You may want to talk to your financial advisor to see if your Medicare is that's given to you from the government. Mm-hmm. Part A is free, right, because you earned it.
Right.
Part B you paid for, but if you're in a very high income bracket, your Part B might be a little bit more. So there's all kinds of questions. Do I need this? Do I need that? How do I do this? How do I do that?
And what is that? What's Part D? What's Part B? Yeah, it's confusing.
A, B, C, D, you know.
And of course, I'm not paying attention to that now because I'm not of age, but that's what everybody does. They're not paying attention to it until it's important.
And you know, when I first got started, I was so nervous when I met with my first doctor that needed to be insured. Mm-hmm. I figured, oh my goodness, this is a doctor. He's going to know. He's going to know more about insurance than me. Well, was I surprised?
I bet.
He knows his end. He knows what he does. He knows the medical profession. But when it came to insurance, most people know nothing. Even the most savvy person, educated and everything, they're so busy running their life, they don't know how it works.
Absolutely. But we can take that right to ourselves. What do we know about that we're not studied up on?
Actual, right. We have to learn, you know, and if we're busy doing one thing, it's very rare we have the time to study something else. So here you are at 65. You've gone through your whole life. You've learned a lot. You have some wisdom about you, and all of a sudden you feel like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. This is crazy.
And here you come to help maybe soften that. All those questions and all those that fear, probably a lot of things I can imagine can come in there. What would you say? Maybe if any past experience you've had has helped you with what you're doing now?
Well, before I came to New Mexico, I lived in California, and I was a coach and a business coach, and I helped teach people how to hit their financial goals and their personal goals. And I was very fortunate because I was mentored by Mr. Jim Rowan.
Oh, okay. He's a favorite of mine.
Yes. I was mentored by him way back before he was famous as he is now. As a matter of fact, he was in the middle of writing his first book. So I learned these skills of motivational speaking and goal setting and all the things that you need to be successful in business from him. And I went on to do this with many, many other people in California. So those people skills and understanding how people feel, how they think.
How you can make them feel.
Yes.
All those.
And
very important.
I took the ability that I gained and I use it to empower those people that I worked with. But I like to empower my clients to be self-reliant, to understand their insurance, to be able to stand up for their own rights and their own needs. And so I keep myself available. I keep myself very.
That's really great. And to take those skills and turn them into this now, something that's a totally different industry, to say the least, but to still empower somebody in the time of their life when they are needing it the most and didn't even realize that they needed it. So
yes,
it's really
because your health is vital to your life, to your family life, to your business life, to your everything that you do.
Because when you're getting ready to retire, that's when you're wanting to do some more things. And if you're not healthy, what could you do? So
absolutely,
you're very instrumental. I appreciate you tying those two things together, because that's really a great thing. I don't think sometimes people realize that the skill sets they had from a previous jobs can really fuel what they're doing now if they'll really make the connections. What about networking? How do you feel about networking, and how you? Is that how you reach some of your clients?
A lot of my business is done from referrals, because if you give good service, they recommend you. So I must say, I'm in the business now 16 years, and most of it's been built on referrals. But in between those referrals, you have to keep filling in. Otherwise, business comes to a standstill.
Right.
And networking is it's a must. I believe it's a must in every business. I taught that to the entrepreneurs back in California, and I use it myself. And networking is building relationships, okay? And if you get to know other people, they get to know you. A lot of times, it's not only because you can get a referral. A lot of the information they have and what they do is good for you.
Right.
Like meeting you. How did I find out about Women Make a Difference? At a networking meeting.
Right.
And there you were, okay? And so you give a little, you get a little. It's a give and take process.
And that word of mouth is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Well, Linda, our time has come to a close today, but how are people going to get a hold of you so they can have that important conversation about their insurance? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Well, I have a website, and which I guess you'll have the opportunity to see, and I have email. But my phone number is 505-994-3282. And guess what?
What?
I answer my phone.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, I answer my phone. I work with clients before they sign up, during the process, and long after. I can be reached anytime a client needs help. As a matter of fact, this is one of the rare times my phone is actually turned off.
And just because we're having this great interview.
Right, but most of the time it's on, and if a person calls me, I try to get back to them as quickly as possible.
That's great. That's a sign of a great businesswoman for sure. Right. Thanks, Linda. Appreciate it so much.
Thank you very much.
We'll talk to you soon.
This is wonderful.